From the Wayne County Courthouse in Goldsboro, North Carolina, Wayne Goldsboro Television brings you the meeting of the Wayne County Board of Commissioners. The meeting begins shortly with an agenda briefing, then the regular meeting will begin soon after. Please stand by for the Wayne County Board of Commissioners meeting.
Close session. Good morning and welcome. Let's see, Mr. Waycock, you got the invocation this morning.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bowers, you got the pledge of allegiance. We have the approval of the minutes. And I think we've got some adjustments on the agenda, is that correct?
We did. Yes, I've got 3 adjustments. What I'd like to do under new business, put them all under new business.
Okay.
Item number 6 would be a motion to award the RFQ for the Maxwell Center brick pavers. And I believe we have a handout
Yes, sir.
on that.
I did not put them all under new business,
Oh, okay.
they're scattered.
And so everybody understands that's the papers where people can.
Right, that's the fundraising campaign
Right.
on the engraved pavers for the Maxwell Center.
I'm glad to see that project.
Yeah, well, we had 2 good responses. We only got 2, so we had to go back out for bids, but we got them back.
That was the one that we kind of referred to the
Yes.
first place that came back.
Yeah, they came in low.
Okay.
Number, thank you, Karen. And then number 7 is a motion to approve the subdivision plat for Grayson's Creek subdivision, section 2. And Chip will be here to go over that with you. That's just a standard subdivision, and we didn't want to have the developer wait 2 weeks on that. And then number 8 is a motion to approve the sale of surplus property owned along with the city of Goldsboro. So this is just the standard thing where they've gone through the process and you simply have to sign off on it. And we have those as well.
Any other additions? Then we'll move on to special recognition. We've got Paula Edwards coming in this morning.
Right.
Thank you.
Right, and she will make that special recognition for you.
I've got that chance to sit back down, hasn't
I feel like a teacher handing out a great paper.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wood, like on this surplus property when it's being sold and all, would it be asking too much when we get, not today, but when we get these, to have a little map so we can see where,
Sure.
so we can see
Yeah.
where those
Yeah, we can
properties
do
are,
that.
so we have a, you know.
Right. Okay, thank you, Carol.
Okay, then we'll have special recognition for Captain Stephen Zinga. I'm sure the sheriff will be here for that.
He'll be here for that.
And also for Jason Hill.
That's right.
9:05, we have public comments. We have any appointments this morning.
Yes, we do.
And unfinished business. Open broadband. I guess we need to go ahead and talk about that a little bit now.
You can just wait for the week.
Okay. Well, I'm just excited about it. It's finally getting there. It's only been 3 years. 3 in my mind, but anyway. And then there's a motion to approve the change order on the contract and site work at Lot 8 at Park East Industrial Park.
Right. I've given you a fairly detailed memo there on Lot 8. Basically, what we're doing is, the original spec was to go down roughly 6 inches and come up 2 feet. We're gonna go down 6 inches to come up 3 feet. And so there will be some additional fill there. But essentially, what we're recommending is that you go with a 50,000 square foot building pad, and that will save us some money, which we can then put towards this additional cost. So I think y'all had asked for a 75,000 square foot pad as well, and just cost it out. The difference is $82,520 more than the 50,000 square foot option. And this does stay within the $200,000 that WCDA has committed to this project. So, again, this project's being funded by WCDA money. But we got a very good price on the dirt and to haul it in for Mr. Everett. It's $10 per cubic yard. We're paying much more than that out at the Maxwell Center. So we got a very good price for that. I do want to stress this is should be the worst case scenario because this assumes that we're replacing all the dirt, but we think we'll be able to use some of it that's out there. So, and we will have ECS out there on a daily basis, so any of the dirt that is good, and if y'all remember, we have a pile of it out there. I think, Joe, you had mentioned that before from when AAR went in there. So any of that we can use, that cuts down on this $10 per cubic yard.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
did you say because of the extra cost we've had to go back to the 50,000 square foot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I was trying to make that up, Ray.
Right, okay,
And so this does keep it within their 200,000.
okay.
Oh, stream cleanup.
The next thing is stream cleanup. Yeah, this, as y'all know, we got a contract, we got grants for $420,000. These bids came in much lower than what we thought they would. They came in at $146,000. So we would ask that you award it to the lowest bidder, A&K Grading, but also that you authorize us to look at some other streams as well, because we cut it off because we thought we were using an estimate that they had given us from times before. And so, we cut off the number of streams we were gonna do. So we'd like to, with your permission, go back and revisit those that we didn't do, because at this kind of pricing, we should be able to do more. So does anybody have any objection to us pursuing that?
You did get a copy of that email from Mallow, didn't you?
Yeah, and I've kept it, and depending on your action today, then I'm gonna get back with Ashley, and I'll give her that to make sure she reviews that one.
Okay.
And I got one, Joe, you may not have seen, I also got one from the town manager in Mount Olive requesting the same thing.
And I mentioned to Mr. Crumper about another one out there.
Yeah.
Park.
Well, at these prices, it looks like we'd be able to do a whole lot more.
Yeah.
And that Crestwood subdivision, Ms. Carnegie spoke about, is a high-risk area. It
Yeah,
always floods.
that's right.
Even just a localized rainstorm, they can have
Yeah.
troubles.
And we may already have it in there, but if not, with these prices, we can certainly get it in. There's no problem.
Mr. Cromartie, was that the area that you always talk about?
Yeah, that's,
When I read that, that's what I was.
yeah, they had to do a holding fund to try to control Chris Drive, So that's a very high profile,
Okay.
high problem area, so
Well, again, with these prices, we can pick up a whole lot more.
and, that's just fantastic, Mr. Wood, because throughout that southern part of Wayne County, I've been shown several places, it's just, it is a problematic area. Over, one other additional place is over Lincoln Drive was, Mr. Pate was another place, over off of, Old Mount Olive Highway. Somebody need to go back up in those woods and see what's happening back up in there, because the water is seeping out of, last time I was there, the water was seeping out the side of a hill, and there's gotta be some problem
Yeah.
back over in the woods somewhere, so,
Okay.
fantastic.
I had one question, Mr.
Yeah.
Chairman. I think there was some discussion between the city and the county. I think there's enough funding now, correct me if I'm wrong, to clean Stony Creek all the way from the jet port all the way through.
Well, that was in there.
Yeah.
because we were doing every part that was in the unincorporated area, and they had in there to do the incorporated area
Yeah,
under theirs. So I think we should get the whole thing.
because I think if you're aware that some of those older subdivisions up there close to the jetport are having some problems.
Right. Well, we'll go back to the drawing board with Chip and Ashley, and we'll go back through and identify another set of creeks that we can add to this.
Yeah. That would also help the jetport too,
Right.
cleaning Stone Creek out, is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about the sewer consolidation.
Okay, we sent out for requests for proposals on that, and we only got the one response. And I was surprised at that, but they're a very good firm. Freeze and Nichols is very good, and they have partnered with Raftellus. And so let me explain that. Freeze and Nichols is a engineering firm, civil engineering firm. They do specialize in sewer. So they're very good as far as making evaluations. Raftellus are consultants out of Charlotte. They do the financial part. And I think I told y'all before, I've used Raftellus on a rate study for Lincoln County, and they did an excellent job. So we're very comfortable in recommending these folks, and this is to ask y'all to approve them as the consultant and let me go and Craig and I'll negotiate a fee with them. And by the way, we ran it by the other parties involved, Goldsboro and Fremont, when we tried to get with Eureka, and they're all comfortable with this firm. Okay.
Okay, moving on to consent agenda, we got applications for disabled veterans exclusion.
Yeah, those are all in order.
And then we've got a proclamation there honoring the Purple Heart recipients banquet, which will be on August the 4th.
Right.
By the way, if any of you would like to attend that, please let me know as soon as possible. We're trying to get the numbers together because we're bulging at the seams already. And Ms. Bowden, did you get an email from Bill Graham yesterday?
I did.
Okay. You have a question? You want that? You want two? Okay.
Bill, I try to go to.
Okay. You want two tables?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
one of those.
yes.
Okay. And if you would ask Mr. Wade, they would like to invite him as well.
Yeah.
Seems though this, next year it'll be at the new venue.
Yeah, so you can see what.
So you can see what's going on.
Very good.
And we're doing something a little bit different this year with this proclamation. Bill Broadway and I each had a proclamation we go up there and read each year. One for the city, one for the county. And they're essentially the same. So we put our heads together and said, we'll save some time. So there's one proclamation that,
Good.
if you've looked at it, it's both city and county on one proclamation. So, anyhow, just thought I'd share that. In new business, let's talk about the negotiating engineer contract with Withers.
Yeah,
Ravino.
Withers and Ravenel.
Ravenel.
What, if you look at the memo I gave you on page 31 of your packet, we received a $178,000 grant from Golden Leaf Foundation to replace, I call it the SPX sewer lift station. Some people call it the Genoa lift station, so it's the one out in the middle of that field that floods. We sent out a request for proposals and narrowed the responses to the top 3 for interviews. The committee was Craig, Kendall, Noel, John Cash, who's our chief operator, and myself, and the 3 firms were McAdams, Withers Ravenel, and Cox Edwards Company here in town. The committee unanimously recommends that you authorize me to negotiate an engineering contract with Withers Ravenel. We believe they have the best level of expertise in this field and are nearby in Cary. So that's our recommendation to you.
All right. Any questions? Go. After that, we'll have the new director of the East Carolina Council will be coming in, Matthew Livingston, to introduce himself and answer any questions that we might have.
Right.
Of what they provide, you know, the counties and municipalities.
And then Yeah, after that, we'll have the MCACC interns, and we'll get their names from, I'm assuming that Neil's coming with. So we'll get those names for you.
Okay. Then the video, and
Right.
then we'll have an online mapping application by our GIS coordinator.
Yeah, you want to go over that, just what he's going to do?
Yes, sir. Several years ago, this board asked us to come up with a more robust, more user-friendly online tax mapping application that was, had less security issues and was usable with Apple products and was mobile enabled was the top priority. So this application is being developed, it's been finished, it's been online probably for several months. We've been saving this presentation back just a little bit, but we have this product out there so people can now access it from their phones or a tablet or a desktop computer, and it's a new application. It has a lot more information in it, and our new GIS coordinator will be here to give a presentation on it.
Thanks, Chief. Then we'll have those additions that we just added, county manager's comments, board commissioner's comments. Anything else that needs to be on there?
That's it.
We do need a closed session this morning, do we not?
Yes, sir.
And what's the reason?
To discuss the location and expansion of industries and businesses in Wayne County that consult needs and deserve attorney-client privilege.
Is there a motion to go close business? Got a motion on the floor, Commissioner Brown.